Class, this is part 2 of the practice questions. Now here, we realize this is perpendicular. Perpendicular means negative reciprocal. So the fact that we have negative 3 as a slope, that means 3, but it has to be, we have to get the reciprocal, that means we're going to get 1/3, which gives us a chance for number 3 and number 4. But it has to satisfy 3 comma negative 1. That means when you plug in 3, you should get negative 1. Then it will not be this one, but rather number 4. Now here we have a picture, and PS is parallel to QR, which means this one. Now, which technique can be used to prove that these two triangles PST, that means this triangle right here, is similar to, then we get to realize that this angle is congruent to that angle right away by the vertical angles. The other one would be, since these are parallel, this angle would be alternate interior angle to this angle. Oh, wait a minute, we already got our answer, which is 8A. Now here, this is the equation of a circle, and you realize that here center is at 2 because we have to get the opposite of what you see over here, and then y value would have been negative 4. That would have been the center. And the radius is not 4, but rather radius is equal to 2. Then here, 2 comma negative 4, and then radius is 2. 2 comma negative 4. It looks like number 2 seems to be our answer. Here, let us look at, this is very important question. It comes out almost every year. Let's look into that. BCD, we are talking about this outside angle. Exterior angle is 6x plus 2. Then BAC, which is this angle, which is equal to 3x plus 15. Now, which makes ABC, upper angle, here we get 2x minus 1. Now, that means when you add up two away angles, two remote angles, that's equal to the measure of the exterior angle. So we end up getting 2x minus 1 plus 3x plus 15. The sum of these two angles has to be equal to 6x plus 2. Now here we get 5x plus 14 is equal to 6x plus 2, but when you solve for x, you will get x equals to 12. So that becomes our final answer. Now here, when two triangles are similar, the ratios of the sides are given, then perimeter will also follow the ratio of each side. But the area will be squared. You see, so it's okay. Squared. That's perfectly fine. But the angle will not be in ratio, but rather angle should be congruent. So therefore, our answer is this one. That's not true. Right here, you probably have seen this question before one time. Now, when you look at it, since this is pentagon, we have a 5 exterior angle. Notice the sum of exterior angles in any polygon is always equal to 360, no matter what. That means, hey, since this is 140, this becomes 40 degrees. When you add up all those 5 angles, then it should be equal to 360. So let's look at it. X plus 40 plus 60 plus 84 plus 68. That should be equal to 360. Now here we realize that's 100. This is 140, 152. So we end up getting x plus 252 equals 360, which makes x being equal to 108. And then it becomes, choice number 3 becomes our answer. All right, next question. Through a given point P on this plane, so let's call this point as a P, and imagine your screen, computer screen, is the plane. How many lines can be drawn so that they are perpendicular to that plane? Now, how many lines can be drawn that are perpendicular to that plane? In fact, it's going to be more than 2, isn't it? Oh, actually, through, my bad, through given point P, so therefore, there's only, how many lines can you draw through this particular point that is perpendicular to this plane? In fact, That's simply one line, which is up and down, from out of your screen and then into your screen. That's it. Only one line. So therefore, that becomes our answer. Next question. Now, what is the slope of the, we are looking for slope that is perpendicular to this one. And we first have to find the slope here. By subtracting 3x, we get 4y is equal to negative 3x plus 12. Now, when you divide by 4, then y equals negative 3 over 4 xn plus 3. Since the slope is negative 3 over 4, its perpendicular line would have simply positive, which means these two, but flipping it, the answer becomes choice 3. Now, inverse simply means we are negating it. So since this one already has not, we will get rid of that. This one already has not, so we'll get rid of that. So if two triangles are similar, that's basically what we're looking at. The corresponding, so therefore the answer would have been choice 3, because if you simply take away the not, that's what you would have done. Alright, the next question. Here, I believe it would be better if you had to draw the picture. So we have S is common, as you can see right over here. So therefore, so I'll say S is in the middle and R P, where these two line segments are equal to each other. That makes these two base angles will be also equal to each other. Now RST, meaning the angle on top, will be equal to 46. That means, what do you realize about this one? We can say x and x. If you draw the picture correctly, then this should have been relatively easy. So 2x plus 46 must be 180. Then 2x must be equal to 134. Then x now becomes 67 degrees. Alright, let's move on. Number 31. Now find and then state the coordinate of point R. We are looking for this point. This one was one of your previous questions also. The way which we can go about doing this one is in fact quite a few. From here to here, 1, 2, 3.5. What happened? We added 2.5. So you should continue to add 2.5 here. Then x coordinate would be 6. On the other hand, 8 became 2. That means you ended up subtracting 6. You got to continue to subtract 6. Then from 2 minus 6, we will end up getting negative 4 becomes our answer. All right. Construct the equilateral triangle. Now, equilateral triangle, then basically what we like to do is this. From here, we're going to take out the compass, and then let's put one over there, one corner, and the other one. What we like to do is measure the length between A to B, and then just bring it over around here, and we just draw the one mark without changing anything, without changing the width. Just move it over to the other point, and all we have to do is just moving it over, and there it goes. That must be the intersection, meaning that is the same distance from A to B, or whatever point we are looking at. So therefore, when you draw the lines using a ruler, then there it goes. That becomes your answer. Now, number 33. So we have AE is equal to 3. Now, ED, when you look at it, is equal to 6. The ratio is not 1 to 2 between two triangles, but rather it will be 1 to 3 to 9, which is 1 to 3. So when DC is equal to 15, it has to follow 1 to 3 ratio. So 3 over 9 is equal to, call it x over 15. And you will realize that x will be equal to 5. You see 1/3, 1/3. That becomes 5. All right, next question. Here we have medians meeting up. That means the ratio is 2 to 1. The longer one, meaning the line segment towards the vertex, is 2, while the other one is 1 ratio. So 2x and 1x. Now, if TB is 9, then simply what we can do is 2x plus 1x will be equal to 9, where x will be equal to 3 then. Between T and B, so that means this portion is 3, and the other portion will be 6. And there it goes, that's our answer. Alright, here we need to first do the proofs, and then Jn, which means that is equal to Ln, which means this one. But Lmn, this angle is equal to Lnm, which is that angle. Now those are all the givens. Now then what are we going to do? Since it's a parallelogram, what we like to do is this. Then this one in fact has to be equal to this one. And this line segment must be equal to this line segment. But you will realize that this line segment is equal to that line segment. Oh, then this must be also equal to each other. But this line segment is equal to this one from the given. So this must be also equal to each other. Then opposite sides are equal to each other. Hey, what have we realized? All four sides are equal to each other. If you just write that up, that becomes your answer. Number 38. Now, we can do this one in a couple of different ways. One way which we can do is try to use the shifting, because in this case, this from the graph of y equals x squared, it moved to the right by 2 units and then up by 4 units. Now, if you didn't, then if you graph this one, you will realize that when x equals positive 2, then the value will be equal to 4. And then when you plot the other values, then you would have gotten something like this. So graph will be somehow rather some kind of parabola that looks like. Now, but here we get to realize that we just have to pick a couple of points. When x equals 0, y becomes 7. You can easily calculate that. When x equals 1, then y becomes 5. So let's connect it. X equals 0, y equals 7. 3, 6, 7. When x equals 1, then it's 5. Right? Now, then draw the line. Something like this. Now the question is then, value x and y. Now when you look into this one, the values would have been right here, one value. And another value would have been right here. Now, to find those two values, what we can do is you can use your calculator to figure out these two particular points through intersect. Second calc and then intersect. That would have been your answer. Alright? That's it. Have a nice day.